You know, some people age like a fine wine, and some people age like a can of special brew left on a hot windowsill. Whichever one you are, get ready to talk about those pesky little emotions of yours, because it's time for another episode of I've Had a Rosé, Let's Talk About Feelings. Please welcome your host, Sam Lake. It was me the whole time. Hello, welcome to another episode of I've Had a Rosé, Let's Talk About Feelings. And today, our wonderful guest is the magnificent Adam Flood.
Hello, Sam and everybody.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, having a nice time in Edinburgh.
Having a nice time in Edinburgh. You've been here all weekend?
Been here all weekend. I've been here all weekend.
You're here all weekend.
Like
Tip the waitress.
Like what's it called? Like a Vegas-y thing to say? I've been here all week.
You're doing a residency.
I'm not doing a residency.
You're like Kelly Clarkson doing residency.
Is she doing one right now?
I think she just finished.
Wow. That's so much worse than Elvis. They're getting worse, the residencies. Unless you're a big Clarkson fan.
I love Clarkson.
Since you've been gone?
Kelly Clarkson could sing, I can't think of any Elvis song. Suspicious Minds.
Yeah.
Elvis could not sing Since You've Been Gone.
Yeah, I mean...
On account of the fact that he has been dead for some time.
Yeah, it would be quite stilted.
But if he was around, he wouldn't touch it.
I think he would, but he would butcher it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd butcher it.
But it'd be pretty good.
Have you ever seen that video that everyone says is Elvis having an orgasm on stage because his pantsuit was so tight?
No. I would like to see that, though.
Well, I don't think I can show it to you right now.
One of my favourite videos of Elvis is him kissing all the women in the crowd. Have you seen that? He's like properly smooching everybody.
What, with lips?
Yeah.
Lips to lips.
It's really bad. It's really not allowed, I think.
No, it's not acceptable.
It's a bit like what Matthew
how I end
Healy
every episode of the show.
Yeah. Oh.
But that you've got 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, can I go get some lip balm for the end of that, please?
No. I like the friction.
You'd like my crusty ass lips when I've drank whatever's in here.
Well, what a segue.
Oh yeah.
Someone thought about this. Look at you go. Let's have a chat about the drink of choice today.
Yes.
I should say, this isn't when it's going to go out, but today is St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I think. It is St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
That's why...
What do you mean you think?
Well, because there could be all of those Irish flags in town just because, you know...
It's a big day, Sam.
It is a big day. Is that why you're wearing green?
It's not. But yes, it is.
Okay.
I myself am half Irish.
Are you?
Yeah. So I care about it 50%.
You care about it? Great. What's the other half?
Bastard. Pure bastard. English.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I can't call you Irish bastard.
What are you? You're half Portuguese?
Spanish. Close.
Yeah.
Close.
I knew it was something fragrant.
Fragrant.
Yeah. Something better than you appear.
What do you think a Portuguese man smells like?
What do they smell like?
They probably smell quite differently.
Well, badly, it sounds like, if it's you.
Yeah.
But they smell, I think that they smell, I'm thinking saffrony. Like musk, like Portuguese food, when I've ever been to Portugal,
yeah,
it stinks. And I love that. It's like stinky, heady flavours, right? Like sheep's cheese and everything. Lots, like it's claggy. Do you know what I mean? If you have lunch, you're sleeping.
Portugal's a claggy.
No wonder the economy.
Place.
I don't know what the economy's like, but I imagine it's bad.
I think pastel del nata.
It's sleepy.
I think nata is Portuguese for clag.
Is it?
Yeah. Claggy old tarts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a claggy time. So I think that you smell claggy and heady.
I smell claggy and heady.
No, but you would, but you've probably been anglicised.
I have been somewhat
Have you always lived in Scotland, or have you lived in England as well?
No, I lived in England.
Yeah.
I was born in Cornwall.
Okay.
And my dad is from Wimbledon, I think.
Oh, nice.
Or Surrey. One of the two.
You don't know? You've not been back to check his roots out?
No. Would take too long.
Too long. You've heard of the train. You'd have to walk.
No, I
pilgrimage.
Don't. Oh, it's a pilgrimage.
Yeah.
It's just the end of the country. The other end of the country.
And then what about you? So your mum is Portuguese, straight
Spanish.
Up? I thought, oh yeah, because we were talking about Portugal, yeah.
Yeah.
Where in Spain?
Asturias.
Never heard of it.
Well,
I don't believe you. That's not a place. What was it called?
I've never heard of Ireland.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
Because it's St. Patrick's Day, you've chosen a drink that I think is associated with the Irish.
Yeah, and I also quite like it. It's whiskey.
Whisky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't always liked whiskey. I think whiskey is
Have you grown into it?
big time. I
Yeah.
hated it when I was 8.
Yeah.
But I think that all alcohol is disgusting to begin with.
Yeah.
You know when you first try beer?
Did you got to flavour it and stuff?
You have to, it's like the one that you have to trick yourself into liking it. And I think whiskey is at the end of that, is the hardest one to trick yourself into liking.
Do you think there's anything to be said about your palate aging?
Probably, actually.
Yeah.
All the smoking and the, all the
Do you smoke?
sucking. Smoke, yeah.
The smoking and the sucking?
Yeah. I used to smoke, but I got hypnotized.
Really? Like a Paul McKenna thing?
Yeah. I got hypnotized, and the crazy thing is it worked for me.
Yeah.
The side effect for me was like 100% increase in sucking off hypnotists.
Yeah.
You got to do something with your mouth, Sam.
You do have to keep your mouth busy.
Yeah. But I really did get hypnotized to not smoke. It took me. It took me 4 years that I haven't smoked now. The other thing though.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had to take the microphone out of you before we started.
Yeah. That's why I'm glad I'm holding this like this.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. If anyone's ever thinking of doing it, it's crazy how much
You have really sold it to me specifically.
Yeah.
Some other people might have some follow-up
You don't
questions.
need to trick me. It's fine. I'll pay extra.
Yeah. So now that your age palate's nice and busy, it's had time to get accustomed to harsher flavour profiles.
Yeah. Well, because we can't say what brand this is, right? So it is
on the bottle behind
the infamous. It's the infamous
I think
Laos.
we can just say it, can't we?
Infamous Laos. We got the
Infamous
knockoff
Laos.
one from Lidl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Infamous Laos is a fucking awesome name.
Is there a good one?
I quite like the ones that are peaty.
Peaty? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like a stinky. I like stink.
You like
Sam.
a Portuguese
I like
whiskey.
it to be made by a Portuguese, just firking around in it.
Yeah.
Bit of goat's cheese in it.
Have you done a whiskey tasting experience? Because I did one of them here.
No.
I like you can get a fruity whiskey.
Right, what's that like? Fruity.
Tastes like fruit, doesn't it?
What colour? There's loads of fruits though. Gooseberry? Probably not.
No, it was something berry in the berry family.
Are you good at what about? Because obviously whiskey tasting, that's hard. You've done wine. Can you?
I have done wine
rosés-
tasting.
Yeah, and rosés are your favourite drink.
I do enjoy it. I think when you're tasting anything, it's best to just say exactly what you think it tastes like. So I did a whiskey tasting, and they asked me what it tastes like, and I said it tastes like how the cupboard under my sink smells.
Right.
Like chemically. And they were like, yes, it can smell chemically
yes.
if it's of a whiskey of a lower quality.
Wow. And it doesn't sound like a big sell though, does it? If someone explained, if they came to my table at a restaurant, they said, have you got a sink?
Yeah.
Underneath it that stinks. Actually, I'd be like, I'll have the bottle.
Have you ever bought Vanish Oxy Action and thought, I could drink that?
The under of my stink. The under of my
under of your
the under of my stink. We
How's
can
your
guess where
under
that
stink?
is. The under of my stink smells like a sink.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I love the smell of a sink underneath the sink, all the chemicals.
Is yours quite clean?
I guess so, but it's where we keep all the cleaning stuff.
Yeah.
Traditionally, that's where it's kept, no?
But I've had some leaky issues. What are we talking about still? We're talking about our gooches.
Something about whiskey.
No, yeah. I need to sort out the pipes, the plumbing.
Yeah.
But
You're setting a lot of traps for me, and I'm not falling for them.
you sidestepped that one.
I sidestepped it. Does whiskey, when you have it...
I'm going to have my first bit. Is that all right?
Have a little sip. Go on. Give us some tasting notes. Why not? How does it taste?
So this tastes a bit... It's like butterscotch. It tastes like Grandad's Werther's Original.
Okay. Not
And when
Werther's
he's left
Original.
it in he's took it, it's Christmas Day. He's took a Werther's, he's had put a Werther's Original in his mouth. And he was like, I'll have it in a minute. I'll put it on the side. But he forgot and he left it in an ashtray.
Okay.
And it's got a bit weird tasting. Tastes like that. Butterscotchy, but with a sort of poison to it.
I can't help but feel that if you wanted a Werther's Original, you could have just got one fresh from the packet.
No, I could have, but I'm just saying if that ever happened to you, that's how I would describe that.
They would have a mustiness to them if they're kept in your granddad's pocket.
It's true. Yeah, but I don't know if he was keeping them loose. You know, the start of the day, he unwraps them all and chucks them in. Does that change in your pocket? No, it's just 50 words as originals.
50 words as originals. 50?
He had no teeth, the poor sod.
Grandad's got a very sort of bubbly, rough pocket.
Yeah.
I'm doing it now.
Bubbly, rough pocket.
A bubbly, rough Grandad pocket. I should say to everybody, I put my whiskey in a bit of coffee.
Yes. How was that? What's that tasting like?
Actually quite palatable.
Yeah.
I do like a Baileys in a coffee.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? A Baileys.
Yeah.
It's amazing in a coffee.
No wonder the Irish are so happy today if this is how they start their day.
Yeah. And that is what everyone's doing.
Yeah. And does it make you feel any particular way when you have a whiskey? I feel like whiskey's quite a manly drink.
Yeah, I don't think I feel that. I'm not a particularly, as you might be able to tell, masculine person. Or it doesn't I don't care about that much. But I think sometimes it can make me feel really pissed.
Great.
But like, I don't mean that in a stupid way. I mean that like, I think traditionally, until I started to like whiskey, I would have it when I'd already had too much alcohol.
Yes, yeah.
You know, at the end of the night. I remember having it when I was like 19 with a friend I used to be in a band with, and just crying about, I used to go out with his sister, older sister.
That explains it. Yeah.
And we'd fallen out a bit and just had a big cry, and then I had to go work in the co-op, and it was, so it brings a lot of that back. So it's quite nice, actually. I'm enjoying that.
Okay. Brings back memories of being in the co-op after shagging your friend's sister.
Yeah.
I can't say I relate.
Have you ever slept with a friend's brother? Name and shame. Last name, please. The postcode.
No. Maybe a cousin?
What, yours?
No, someone else's cousin.
Okay.
I think when I was 19.
People have so many hot siblings.
I'm not going to have sex with my own brother.
Well, no, I don't mean that. That'd be insane. That'd be really bad.
You can.
Okay, great. Is he into that?
I can call him.
Okay, let's get him up. Let's get him up on the big
He
screen.
lives in Cornwall, so it would be a while.
Can't be asked for that. Trains are a nightmare these days.
Yeah. I think one time I did something on a picnic bench with someone's.
Just a bit of smooching, a bit of touchy.
Yeah. Well, how much is touchy?
I would say grabbing each other's genitals.
Oh.
Mutually.
Then, no, it was anal.
Yeah. That counts.
That does count.
That counts, yeah.
Nice. Legend. Okay. It's quite, unintentionally quite a horny start to the show.
Well, I've had one, the aromas of the whiskey in the room.
It's in the air.
Yeah.
The claggy, thick
Do you know what
air.
it is? It's the sofa. It's because we're close and intimate. I think if you're on chairs, I'd be like, I wouldn't be looking at you in the eye. I'd be talking about...
I'm excited to see what people think of the sofa. It's a new choice that the team and I have made.
Comment below your choice.
Please leave a comment. Oh, I found out on Spotify, you can leave questions that when people listen on Spotify, they can type it in as they're listening. Yeah. So maybe I'll put like, how does the sofa make you feel?
You what? You write a question on the
I set a question, then people listening, it will come up as they're listening and being like, you can answer the question if you like.
Do you set the question at the end once we've talked so you know?
I actually don't know.
All right. But you said you've done this before.
No, I just said it's an option there. Okay. It's just an option.
Can you do that on songs? Do you know what I mean? Like Kelly Clarkson put out a new tune and be like,
I don't think you
who did it better?
I don't think you can do it on songs. Elvis or me? But I showed Claire this the other day. Spotify has a thing called Song Psychic, where you can ask Spotify a question and it gives you the answer in the form of a song. So I asked it...
what load of shit.
Oh, well, I asked it, what is the future of my career? Is my career going to go well? And the answer was the song Sorry by Madonna.
Well, I'm glad that I said what a load of shit, because they don't know what they're on about.
Yeah, they really don't.
You, Sam, are going from strength to strength.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I do.
Are you just talking about my arms?
I am, yeah. Your
Very
long heads.
My long heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam was telling me about his arms, and unsolicited.
It's never solicited.
I hadn't taken my coat off. I came through the door and he's like, hey, I want to tell you about my big ass arms.
That's not entirely different from what actually happened.
I want to tell you my big armed ass.
No. Okay, I won't have slander. I was making my way to this.
Is that not a big ass?
It's huge. It's no wonder what happened on the picnic bench happened.
If the boxers fit.
I was in the process of sitting down on the sofa and Claire said I had a nice bum.
Yeah. I've never looked at it before, apart from only in this, and that looks. Have you got any padding in there? Is that Kate Middleton-esque or what?
Oh, because you think she's gone off for a BBL?
I mean, I don't think that. I don't care either.
I think it's an affair. I think she had it.
Do you think?
I think she had.
That's
I think
a long shag.
No, I don't think Kate's had the affair. I think she went off for surgery and old Willie's had a pump somewhere.
And they've had to. Well, then what do you mean? So they've had to really regroup or what?
Well, yeah. You can't just have an affair in the royal family and everyone's just like.
But they're making it worse.
Yeah.
Because if you had an affair and they're like, right, we need to keep this under wraps, or we'll do it for 2 weeks, we'll have a meeting.
But low-key, the royal family are those types of people who'd be like, oh my God, I hope everyone's not talking about me. Everyone stop talking about me.
I guess, there's no such thing as bad PR. Is that right? There's no such thing as bad PR, unless it's really bad. So people are talking about it, keeps it up.
Yeah.
He's going to... because he's going to be king soon, I guess.
Probably.
So... maybe it's just a big fucking stunt, and that's depressing. And we're talking about it now. Are you a royalist? Do you like the royal family?
I couldn't really give a bugger's toss.
Which is what Will has been doing.
Oh, that's what I did on the bench. That's what we call a bugger's toss.
A bugger's toss.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing it.
I don't know where I picked that saying up from, but a bugger's toss is like I don't care.
It's
Couldn't
really
give a
nice.
Bugger's toss. It's quite. I like it.
I think it's really good. You've coined something special there.
It's a nice turn of phrase.
I think I might use that.
Please do.
A bugger's toss.
A bugger's toss.
But bugger, I can't say bugger as a straight guy, can I?
Oh, well,
can I get permission?
Yeah. I'll give you a stamp card,
right,
and you can have 10 buggers.
Yeah. So if I say it, someone calls out, I go, look, it's like Cafe Nero, but in reverse.
Yeah. If you use all 10 buggers within, I don't know, let's say 90 days.
Oh, okay.
No, I'll give you some time.
90 days.
I want you to use it naturally.
Okay.
And if you get all 10 of them in, I'll let you use the F slur.
Yes. Okay, great. That's perfect.
Just the once though.
What was the slur? The S.
The F slur.
The F. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I know. I'm not gonna. I've not earned it yet.
Yeah. No, you've got to earn it.
I'm not going to say it now.
Yeah. Anyway. Speaking of slurs, let's talk about your chosen topic, which took me a minute. You had to explain it to me because I didn't get it right away.
Yeah.
Your topic is enclosed foods.
Uh-huh.
But then when you gave me the examples, I was like, we have to talk about this.
Okay, great.
We have to talk about this. Because naturally it's come up on the podcast a couple of times before.
Has it?
Yeah, because there's a pretty good bakery up the road that sells particular types of enclosed foods.
Like pasties. So, I didn't really realise that this is quite a recent passion.
A passion for enclosed foods.
Yeah, and
all sealed up. Yeah.
Because I love ASMR stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or the whispering in the
love an ASMR.
the explaining of things.
My trigger's chiropractic, like sounds of bones being adjusted.
Yeah. Do you like people doing their fingers and that? Don't do something rude.
I need something. I will just say it. I need something a bit harder than that.
Yeah.
I need like full thoracic release.
I get it a little bit from videos and things, but the main thing for me is it's out in the wild stuff. So
okay.
I really like people explaining things, like getting things explained to me in a very boring way. So like,
okay. Does it have to be something you want to know about, or just anything?
Especially if I have to know about it, right? It's boring, but you got to know. Like, you're filling in a form, and someone's like, "So you got to do this and that." And I'm like,
okay, yeah.
And then out of nowhere, enclosed foods. So I'll have a bite out of something that's like,
yeah.
So the thing that triggered it for me, from your fair town,
yes,
city, country,
little pasty,
empanada. Oh wait, I think that's Argentinian,
Spain.
Isn't it?
You do get them in Spain, but I think the origins might be, yeah.
There's a place in London, in Borough Market,
of course,
and they have these enclosed, they're empanadas, and I bite into it, and like, I think what it is that I can imagine the skill. I'm picturing the people all doing it really
So it's
well.
not the noise that's
No.
like...
It's the
setting
feeling,
you off.
it's the surprise of how good it is within the thing. And it
Yeah.
makes my eyes go all small and like
you
all at
just
the back
wanna-
of my neck,
Yes!
tingly. And
You
like,
just
it's
want to
like,
have a sit down and just like...
it is
vibe.
amazing.
So you get that when you eat it or when you...
When I eat, not when I see it,
Just when you eat
not when I
it?
think of it, it's when I bite into it.
Wow.
And it's the unknown becoming known and knowing that there was all this skill involved.
That's really interesting that you've tied it to like the effort somebody's put into it.
Well, because like a steak bake from Greg's,
Yeah.
which you were having before,
Ian was having a steak bake.
you was having that, fine. That ain't going to do it for me.
That is what it is.
It's pedestrian,
yeah.
right? And I am a connoisseur of the enclosed good.
Okay.
So, and it seems to be, so falafel wraps I've had it with.
Okay. So what if I say some things? Can you tell
Yeah.
me if you count them as an enclosed food?
Yeah, okay.
So obviously a pasty, like I'm talking like a traditional Cornish pasty. That's an enclosed food.
It's enclosed as fuck.
Yeah. So enclosed.
Yeah, you can't get much more enclosed than that.
Do you know when I see a really good crimp on a pasty?
Yeah.
It's erotic.
Yeah, it's nice.
Very erotic.
Do you know how you do it? Could you bake? You ever baked?
I have made pasties before, but I'm not a crimper.
You're not crimped.
When I see, I was going to say women. It's because I've only seen women do it.
Where's he going to go with this?
I'm just saying women are
Do
good
what?
at crimping.
Okay, great. Thank you.
That's all I was going to say.
He's an ally.
Am I allowed to say I'm an ally?
Yeah.
To women who crimp.
Yeah, women who crimp. Only you women who crimp.
Yeah, to WOCs, women of crimping. They do it so quickly and they do it with one hand and they can do it to like an entire row of pasties all
So
in one go.
if I was aware of that had gone on and then ate it and the food was delicious,
Yeah.
that would go crazy for me.
Fascinating. Okay, so we have pasties, we have empanadas.
Yeah.
You just said a falafel wrap.
Yeah. There's like
So it doesn't have to. Does it have to be fully enclosed?
I don't. So
Because you could get a wrap where it's like sort of like wrapped at the ends a bit, so it's like a burrito.
so you can see it. So it's chopped in half.
Well, yeah, you could chop it in half, and that's how you see the inside.
don't
Or
think that
you
would
take
work.
a bite out the top.
No, it has to be. It has to be like it's a surprise.
That was terrifying.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
When
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
They get you twice. No. It's got to be like that. I think because it's the out of nowhere. It's the I didn't know it was going to be that good. Because if I can see, when you get a dish, do you know what I think that would also maybe work for me?
Okay.
Maybe like a fucking blind eating. I don't think this is called that.
Blind eating,
You know what's it called when you're?
like when you dine in the dark.
That's it.
Where you can't see anything. They have to like guide you to the table. They have to explain what's in front of you and where your cutlery is.
Has not what you've just said been better encapsulated by blind eating?
Blind eating.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but blind eating.
I don't think if they called the business eating for the blind.
No, not eating for the blinds is like just for the blind, but blind eating.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I think I think it's the unknown.
So it's the unknown. So you basically want like a fun surprise.
Yeah,
You must absolutely lose your shit when you have a Kinder egg.
but the thing is, I'm not eating the toy, so it wouldn't work for me.
So that doesn't count. The surprise has to be edible.
Yeah, and I think
Okay.
and it has to be. I'm still trying to figure it out, and whenever I see an enclosed good that I think that I'm going to like, I'll get it. And it doesn't always work. Your question could be enclosed goods that are worthwhile. I mean, it's
Have you got a list of enclosed goods?
so empanadas, wraps. I've tried calzones.
I was going to say, yeah.
Bullshit.
They're not quite the same. I couldn't eat it couldn't eat it. It's not a hold in the hand.
Pizzas are so good.
Why
I just
fuck it up?
think pizzas are one of the best things going.
Okay.
And then to fold it up and make it wet. Are you having a giraffe?
What do you mean wet?
So, Sam, when you've had a calzone,
Don't talk to me like I've not had a calzone.
I said when. I'm imagining how many do you think you've had in your life? Because you probably shouldn't have more than 3.
I was going to say 3.
Yeah. If you've had more than 3, then something's wrong.
What if somebody just likes calzones?
Then something's wrong. Because they created the calzone, I believe, for miners or like workers. So like a wife would make a pizza,
This is why pasties were made.
Yeah, it's the same sort of vibe, I guess. They fold it in half.
Yeah.
You carry it like a cute as fuck little lunchbox with a crimped handle. You trot off to work down to do your
crimped? I think they're just sort of
you wouldn't really like the women. You wouldn't be a supporter of them. The women who do the edges of a calzone, you'd be horrible about them.
I feel like the term calzone edges feels charged.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're getting edged for calzone? Get calzone edges.
but
it's all the rage. I've heard the phrase edging so much this week.
Is it my show?
Is it?
Yeah, very, very briefly.
What's your take on edging?
I think if you've got the time, great. But then, like, I think it becomes a problem if, like, some of them edge for like a really long time.
What do you mean them? Who's them?
The edges, the calzone edges.
Who's that? So you've been edged. So
I've not been edged.
Right. So
that's not me kink shaming.
So you're watching videos of edging?
If you're edging watching this right now, please carry on. I hope you're having a lovely time.
No, if you're trying to edge yourself right now, finish.
Don't imagine if someone writes into the show saying like, as soon as Mr. Flood said finish.
Yeah, well, I'll be starting OnlyFans. Or like, if I could make money off doing just that.
Of just recording yourself saying finish?
Yeah.
You could do that though.
Do you think, I don't know if I could.
That's a bit of like, that's like a...
you think I could?
I think anyone could. You just need the motivation?
I don't need the motivation. I think I need the validation that it would work, people would like it, and I'd make money.
I think there is a market for you making videos where you eat an enclosed food and look at the camera and say, now finish. And then they do whatever they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could get on with that. Because it's not like doing a sexual thing out into the ether.
Like wanking off a bridge.
Is that your... I forgot that you started that. Is that the Patreon for this pod?
It's like a little fringe thing that I like to do.
It's base jumping, but it's a different... We're talking about
a different bass.
Hey. Can I have some more infamous louse, please?
Yes, you can. You sure can. Sorry, I'm gonna have to put the microphone down.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy getting drunk at well, what time is it? It's 1 a.m.
More?
No, that'd be good. And maybe I'll have some more depending. Because I wouldn't usually drink at this time.
No, who would? Well, I mean, some
a couple
people.
of people.
I did grow up in a pub, so I'm used to people.
Did you grow up in a pub?
I'm used to people like being at the door as soon as the pub was open.
How red was their nose?
The better question is, was there any white on their face?
Yeah. You
couldn't understand what they were saying either.
It looks like they look like a sort of inside of a geode. You know, it's like textured and rouge and purple.
Yeah, ridges.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know, it's hard stuff. Alcoholism. Lest we forget.
Anyway.
Yeah. What was the name of the pub that you grew up in?
Countryman. Yeah.
That's nice. Where was that, in Cornwall?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that before? Because I guess back then. Yeah, the horse and cart.
Like what pubs used to be.
Well, I'm just
traditional pub names.
No, but I just think that I guess in Cornwall, was Cornwall quite popping off as it used to be? Because everyone is displaced from Cornwall now, right? Everyone's annoyed. It's all like oligarchs own Cornwall.
Oligarchs, yeah, second home owners. That was the thing when I grew up there as well. Yeah. Everyone loves a holiday home.
Yeah. But I think that was there just less of that going on, or just that? I guess I was maybe like 4, so I wasn't really paying attention to that kind of stuff. I think it's ramped up.
Do you ever see those adverts where it's like you could win a luxury holiday home in Cornwall?
Yeah.
And then almost every time whoever wins the home ends up giving it back.
Do they?
Yeah, because there's something in the rules that you can't sell it, but you can give it back to the organisers for like, I don't know, a certain amount of money. Because they're so nice, they're too expensive for most people to run.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So the idea is that you would live in it? It's just a trick then, is it? For what? For marketing?
Yeah,
What's the point
so.
Of it? Because are they estate agents?
I don't think they are. I think it's probably like crypto or something. Money laundering.
Conspiracy theories. Here we go.
Here we go. But you were saying calzones
Yes.
were made for miners.
Yeah.
So they don't get poison from the tin. But that's exactly why a Cornish pasty was made.
What the hell did you just say at the end? Poison from the tin.
You can't eat tin.
Well, yeah, I know that. You've been eating tin.
Yeah, but it's
Someone
like
have to tell you that.
it leaves the residue on your fingers, and then if it gets you get poisoning.
I just thought it was so that because like walking with a pizza down the mine, it would get all like grub on it.
Yeah, and they hadn't invented the cardboard box yet.
Well, I think it was a very long time ago.
Yeah,
And I don't know if they had
but
invented
that was
cardboard.
you'd hold the pasty by the crimp,
Yes.
and you wouldn't eat the crust,
No.
and the pasty would be split into two pockets, one savoury, one sweet.
Can you imagine a world where you weren't supposed to eat the crust? That's sort of one of the best bits.
It is now.
Yeah.
It is now. So, more enclosed foods.
So there's an enclosed food. So because I know so much about this enclosed food,
Yeah.
I would have thought. So there's so I'm from Stoke-on-Trent, and there's a very famous food there that's like the the local dish.
Yeah.
An oat cake.
Okay, yeah, I've had an oat cake, yeah.
Have you though? Tell me what your oat cake was like.
Fine.
But well, okay, that explains it. Someone said to me, "What's this? Excuse me, waiter. What's this on the menu? Can you describe it to me? What's in it?" It's fine. Yeah, I'll take 2.
Okay.
What's in it? What did you have? Was it?
I don't know.
What was the?
Am
'cause
of the wrong thing?
Yeah, this is what I mean.
I thought an oat cake was like a biscuit.
Yeah, it's not that. There's a thing in there's a thing in Stoke which is so it's oats. So it's a bit like a pancake. Oats,
Okay.
milk.
Right?
So I don't make them. So I've got a guy. There's a guy in my town, Barry's Pantry. Right?
Okay.
He is talking to noses. The hairiest nose I've ever seen.
All right.
Did you know that could happen?
That does make me trust him.
Did you know that you could get hairy noses?
Yeah.
Like really, like long, like
Are you showing me what oat cake is?
Is that an oat cake?
yeah, the one in the top right.
This one?
Yeah,
That
And
looks like a cannelloni.
yeah, right. So enclosed. So you see the so for the listener, we're looking at rolls. They're like pancakes, right? But like with like it looks like a crumpet.
I'll put this on
flat.
screen.
Okay,
Please,
great.
thank you.
There we go.
It does look hollow as well.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to fill it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
God, yeah. So you put in so cheese and bacon and
There's
eggs.
one there with cheese.
Right.
In it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And what's crazy about an oat cake? So you go into Barry's.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, Ducky, what can I get for you? And you either get a dozen or half a dozen.
That feels like a lot.
That's a crazy. It's a crazy volume. And so you get half a dozen. This guy, my particular guy, he opens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you grill them.
Yeah,
You
so he's
put them on
got-
a fryer.
Yeah. So like what you call that? Like a flat plate.
Yeah. I was going to say flat iron, but that's not it, is it?
Like what do you call that? It's like a big grill.
A big grill, a big flat grill, like what you cook burgers on in a.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, a grill.
Just like
yeah.
Anyway, and they're delicious. But I think because I've grown up with them and I know them,
Yeah.
the enclosedness, it doesn't have an effect on me. Because I'm aware of it.
Okay. You're woke when it comes to the cakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been awakened to the cake.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that makes me realise that like the thing that I'm really passionate about is the unknown.
Okay.
It's the unknown enclosed element.
So in theory,
Yeah.
would pies count?
Yeah, big time.
Okay. So if I gave you
Big time.
if I gave you a mystery pie,
Yeah. I'd worry. I'd be so worried. What is it? Why is this pie so delicious?
and claggy,
What's he done to it?
but like, that is from what you said, that sounds like it would be up your street. Like,
Really, it is.
some time and effort's gone into making a nice pie.
Yeah.
But we're gonna not tell you what's in the pie. We're gonna let you find out.
and I would like
It'll be
it to-
something nice. It wouldn't be like dog food or
Oh
something.
my God, I had it once with Melton Mowbray pie. I've just remembered.
Okay.
Do you know Melton Mowbray?
I know it. I've not had one. I don't
So
know.
I used to be in a band, and anyway, Just wanted to say that. So back to the pies. So we used to be in a band, and then we recorded a single out in Melton Mowbray in a studio.
Oh,
It
right.
was like
okay.
a remote studio.
Yeah.
We were there for a week, and we would go into town to eat Melton Mowbrays.
Yeah.
And we went to a place, and it's because I knew that they'd made it. You know what a Melton Mowbray pie is, right? It's like a proper pork pie.
Yeah.
And that is the first time that I've had the enclosed feeling. I'd forgotten all about that.
Do you feel enclosed? Do you feel like wrapped up in something nice?
So what I feel like, right?
You feel like you're in the pie.
We'll do a bit of role play.
I'm not hypnotizing you.
No. You don't have to trick me, Sam. Can I have one Melton Mowbray pie, please?
Am I the person giving you the pie?
Sorry, what did you just say to me? I just asked for a pie. You all right? Sorry, can I get a different person? This is a crazy person who
Do I
works at
have
this
to
pie
do
shop.
an accent? I'm not a great actor. Can they be from somewhere that's not whatever that Barry man sounded like?
I don't know what's happening. I'm just in the shop. I'm just a guy in the shop trying to order pie.
I really
and the
committed
person
to the
who's
bit.
speaking to me seems to be clinically insane.
Sorry, I've not been the same since my wife left me, and now I'm gay. What was it? A pie? Here you go.
This guy's had a stroke. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for your loss. And I'm eating the pie. I'm eating the pie in the shop. It's just I'm eating it.
Must have been hungry. If I ran a bakery,
Yeah.
and I saw someone buy the pie, immediately eat the pie, and then their eyes didn't close, they just sort of went,
Yeah.
I might ask them to leave.
Yeah. I think that's what happened in McDonald's. That's why they ended up getting the bouncers, you know. Someone had one of the apple pie wraps and they did that, and they were like, we're going to need bouncers.
Is the apple pie at McDonald's an enclosed food?
Too known.
Too known. You know what's in it. But they change up the filling.
I haven't had one in years. I used to have it as a kid. You'd bite into it and be like, ah!
They recently had one that was white chocolate and raspberry. And it was
What a load
absolutely
of
amazing.
shit that sounds like.
No, it was great.
No, you liar.
I'm not.
Why do that to a good thing? This is the problem with this world. Change.
You scared of change.
Big time.
You scared of change. You just want to eat your little pie so that you can like
I want
roll
this
your eyes
country
into
to
the back of
stay
your
the
head.
same. Pies are the same, apple or not.
Well, see, I feel quite strongly because I grew up with pasties,
Yeah.
but a traditional Cornish pasty. If I have a pasty that has anything else in it, I'm very skeptical. It doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, right. And I feel very similar about pizzas.
Okay.
Like, you know, when people, like, if people are out in a pizza and they're like, can I get one with artichokes on it? I'm like, you have an issue. Because you just want the one that's plain so you can taste all the what the pizza is.
You're there for the dough, the cheese and the sauce.
Yeah, the whole thing.
What
just
about a
like my
white
nonna
pizza?
used to.
Well, your nonna.
Yeah.
It's a funny
nonna's
name
from
for an Irish woman.
My nonna's from Liverpool.
Okay.
Yeah, on my mum's side.
Right.
My great nan,
Yeah.
she was in the IRA and she killed people. Oh. Anyway,
Did she like a pie?
I don't know. I never met her.
Oh.
But she when she was enclosed, she was in a bush waiting to ambush. Yeah, I think I've no idea what we're talking about. This second whiskey's really kicked in.
It's hit. It's really hit.
I don't mind it.
So a lot of what you've said, you enjoy an enclosed food
Yeah.
because either it takes you back to a place or it triggers your ASMR.
Yes.
Does it give you a safe, comforting feeling, as I think food often does?
I don't think I've ever felt more safe. Or I've never felt more content. It's like all my problems melt away and I'm like floating ethereally. Yeah. When I'm thinking in particular about this falafel wrap that I had, because that's when I was like, oh shit, I've really got a thing here.
Yeah.
Because I've had lots of falafel wraps. I've had loads. I like.
We all have, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. And then I'd bought it. I was at a train station. I bit into it. and it felt like I'd just like dissolved.
Like you were melting away.
Yeah, like all my head, and like I'd floated away. Have you ever had laughing gas from a massive tank? You know, like what they used to do at festivals before it became illegal. They used to sell laughing gas, and you'd.
A friend of mine bought us balloons of it, I think at London Pride, and I didn't want to do it because I'd already had 2 bottles of Rosé and they had had 3. And then when they did the laughing gas, they threw up during Sir Ian McKellen's speech. And then they tried
so
to...
many things within that. It's littered with interest.
Uh-huh.
So what? He was doing a speech at Pride.
Yeah, you gay.
What?
Yeah.
No, I'd heard that. And
You'd heard that.
I'd heard about that.
Yeah. So yes, anyway, laughing gas.
Yeah.
Laughing gas.
Laughing gas. You don't have a Cornish accent. Why's that?
I just didn't
want to.
There wasn't one in the household.
Yeah.
Mum's Spanish, Dad's not from Cornwall.
Because my parents are Liverpudlian.
Uh-huh.
My voice sounds like this. And also my voice has changed a lot over time. I don't know, because I don't know... I don't know if my parents' accent would influence like the other people around me.
I think it's different folks, different strokes, isn't it?
That is very true.
Some people would absorb an accent, other people wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I was told when I moved to London and I went back to see my family in Cornwall, they said that I sounded posher, like I'd picked up a London accent.
Oh, definitely. I think as well, especially being like, because I went to uni quite late and I went to Bristol and everyone was very posh.
Yeah.
You know? And I felt very self-conscious of my Stokey accent.
Is Bristol one of the unis that the posh kids who didn't get into the top tier,
a lot of little twats there,
all of the little twats?
But like I've got some of my best mates that I met there, and even if they're posh, they're all right. But they're all, you know, it's very just like cliquey.
Yeah.
And you feel stupid. It's people laughing at me for
my
accent.
We're born into those cliques a lot of the time.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Wow, we're all just in our own enclosed food groups,
waiting to be bitten,
to see what's inside. I think if you look inside, something for everyone.
So have you ever had? Do you like ASMR?
Love it.
Do you think that I should have brought an enclosed good?
You could have, but I mean,
anyway,
it wouldn't have done the same thing for me as it would have done for you, though. You'd have had to bring in a chiropractor. You'd have had to crack. You'd have had to crack my spine.
I could have done that.
Crack my spine.
Have you ever been chiropracted?
Yeah. It's
Any
too
good?
expensive, and I don't believe in it. I just like watching it.
You don't believe in it?
I don't think it does any good.
I like watching. There's a guy on TikTok who does animals.
Oh, is he the one who he cracked the back of a big horse?
Yeah,
it was a big horse, and he cracked the back.
Snakes.
What?
And snakes are all back. 100% back, those things.
Snakes have bones?
Yeah, it's a pure back. That's like, you know your back?
Yeah, I do. And other people do.
That's a snake. You're a snake in a man's body.
I have heard that before. Yeah. There's a lot that's been said today that's really blown my mind.
Yeah.
Do you... I did write stuff to ask you about, but I think we've covered it all. The last thing was a point about, does eating enclosed food make you feel safe in any way? Because you associate it with your childhood, it sounds like, because you grew up with a particular type of enclosed food.
I think so. I mean, the food that I used to eat as a kid was my mum, you know, stuff that my mum made, and she's pretty awful at cooking.
Oh. Is she still with us?
I think she nipped out. She takes me to all my gigs. No, she is with us. She's alive and unwell. No, she is well. Yeah, she's fine. And she's very supportive. She'll probably watch this and she'll probably be quite hurt about...
What's her name?
What is it? Mum.
What is it?
I call her Mum. I like to call her Mum. Mummy. Her name is Yvonne.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
Yvonne, if you're watching, big fan.
I reckon she will, because I don't ever speak to her, so she's got to find out what She's got to find out what I'm up to in
Does she
some
know
way.
she has a son?
She does, yeah. But then
Yeah.
she's like, what's he up to? Oh, he's slagging off my nurturing. I think it's a rough rap for mums because they have to make, like, for like a nuclear family, mum and a dad.
Yeah.
It's a rough rap because a traditional nuclear family, that is. Because a mum and a dad, the mum has to cook so much. I'm just acknowledging the world.
Yeah. A traditional one, by the way.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in a way, is that the wrong word?
I don't know.
I was trying to acknowledge all forms of life, but maybe I've done it in a bad way.
Yeah.
But
some people have kids, some people have snakes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. One day I'm going to have a little litter of snakes. My mum would cook. She's got to cook all the time, right? She comes back from work. She's a nurse. She's got to cook food.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Society's put that
the kids
expectation
to eat.
on her, though.
Right, it's really tricky. And then dads,
Yeah.
like my dad,
Yeah.
his name's Dad,
Right.
and he gets to cook on the weekend.
As a little treat.
Yeah, so he makes a curry for 7 hours.
So you can enjoy it. He can take his time.
I've got all the cardamom pods and mashing them all up. Oh, isn't this nice? Everyone loves it.
Did Yvonne ever make enclosed foods for you?
Fuck no. Open. She's an open book, that woman.
She's an open food lady.
She would mainly make... You ever have corned beef hash?
No.
It's like dog food.
Oh.
She would make some... She makes a lovely lasagna.
Okay. I do like a lasagna. Do you get enclosed foods? I did food technology at the GCSE.
Yeah?
And
At GCSE?
GCSE.
Wow.
Food tech. A-star.
Of course it's A-star. You're making spag bol.
I know.
Imagine getting a D in spag bol.
Okay. First of all, the spag bowl module was very difficult. Second of all, your coursework, you had to design a snack, a hold in the hand snack that you could eat, that you could be served at the school canteen. So I stop melting.
Yeah.
Do you want to smoke? No.
No, not anymore.
And so I made lasagna that I wrapped, a vegetarian lasagna, because it had to accommodate as many food dietary requirements as possible.
Yeah.
And I wrapped it in pastry. It was a lasagna pasty.
Wow, that
Put an
sounds
entire
terrible.
lasagna in a pasty.
It sounds very claggy. You're having a big old nap after that.
When I say it was claggy, it was very claggy. It could clog the Panama Canal.
It certainly would after you've eaten if you digested it.
Yeah. Yeah.
God's food tech was rough, man. Especially for parents who have to.
Because you
support
always
parents
forget you
who-
have to bring stuff
Yeah,
in.
and
Yeah.
what's worse, bringing it in, is bringing it home. The parents who are like, you've got to come back and eat like mince that's like been like a tiny little bit of flavouring put in there.
Did you only make spag bol and food tech? Because we did make other things.
I was a little shit at school, and
You made spag bol every time.
I just used to think I knew that it was funny to make it bad on purpose. Like we had to do like a snack once, and I did a pot noodle, and I got in so much trouble.
One time the module was drinks. So we all just made squash. And then another time everyone got like, it was like a free for all, you can make whatever you want. So lots of people made like cakes, biscuits, whatever.
Yeah.
One girl decided to make chips and everyone made fun of her because they were just like, are you just making your lunch? Because she got given the potatoes by the school. They had loads of potatoes. She was like, I'll just make
So
chips.
she made chips. She didn't like tip them out of
No,
her bag.
she made like proper chips and she like peeled potatoes and everything. But everyone was just like, oh, did you just make your lunch because you can't get it at home? It was a class thing, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet food tech these days is pretty good. Would you like to have a child?
Yeah.
You've got plans to have a child?
Yeah.
So one day they'll be bringing food home for you, and you and David are going to be eating like kings.
But I got an A-star at food tech, so my child will probably bring home quite good food.
Yeah, so you'd be like, oh, I thought you were going to be like judgy. Be like, this is a B.
No. I'd love my
don't
child no
think-
matter what they did.
Do you think that you've inherited all of your dad's skills?
No.
And can you name one of your dad's skills?
He wears a lot of ties.
Well, you fucked that right up.
He's not bad at like sums.
Yeah, are you good at
As
maths?
in, like, when you have to do your taxes and stuff.
Yeah,
So you
do your
keep track
taxes
of
for
all
you?
of your expenses and like
Yeah.
do all the maths at the end. I think I get that from him.
Yeah.
My mum's a dumb bitch.
We've really. Do you think your parents listen to this?
The podcast is not broadcast in heaven. I'm kidding. It is, but my mum can't afford Spotify in heaven. She is dead though.
Oh, okay. Well, is there? Can I put this in my eyes? Is that how do I? Do you mind if I? Do you mind if I just begin? Also, I was really impressed that I remembered your husband's name. I said it just like I'm like know you incredibly well. And I was like, I just seem like he's the best mate. And then I said that. And then I went and spoiled it all by saying something stupid like, your mum's alive. Yeah. Dad's still with us though. Yeah, great. Oh, hell yeah.
Be 79 this year.
Good. Bloody hell.
Yeah, old.
Had them. What's your older sibling?
I'm the older sibling.
Yeah.
And we have different dads. My brother is 20. He'll be 22 this year.
Okay, yeah. 79. That's a nice age. I bet he's completely doing his own thing.
Still working in the pub.
Is he?
From the day I've been born, he's been working in the pub for as long as I can remember.
Is Falmouth nearby?
Not really, but Cornwall's not huge. You can get to most places.
I'm just thinking the
alright.
next time that I'm down there gigging,
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a pint.
It's not that near.
Well,
You'd be going out of your way. It's a good hour on the train.
That's a long way for a pint.
And also, like, once you're off at the train station, then you'd have to walk quite a way.
Why do you not want me to go to your dad's pub?
I don't know. I don't want to go to it.
Okay. I won't then.
I think we've said all that needs to be said about whiskey and enclosed foods.
I feel so.
Yeah. And
been
we
very
also
fun.
covered it. I've had fun.
Yeah, the
about
pitch of that sounded like you haven't, but...
Because the thing about me is I love fun.
Yeah.
I'm always having it.
Okay. It's true. You are... I don't think I've ever seen you in a down in the dumps way. You're always very...
I think because if I am down in the dumps, I feel bad enough about it that I don't want other people to feel bad. So I'll humorously say just like, oh, how am I doing? Oh, I could kill myself any day now.
Yeah,
and then
I'm
they'll just be
it's
like...
so jovial.
Yeah.
And then literally a cry for help, and I'm like, yeah, he's a funny lad, isn't he, Sam?
Yeah. He had a wank off a bridge and then jumped.
Is that something you've done?
What?
Wank off
No,
a
I'm
bridge?
still here. Wanked off a bridge? No.
No, I don't mean like wanked off. What do
As
you mean?
in, I wanked whilst on a bridge and then... No, I've not done that.
Oh.
That was just a little bit fun.
That's the bucket list. It wouldn't be, would it?
No, I've always wanted to go to Japan. So-
I've been to Japan.
Have you?
Yeah.
Any enclosed goods there?
It's a bit of an enclosed vibe, the whole thing, I think.
They do
Quite-
like to wrap everything that you get at the shop in like a...
All foods.
It's all wrapped, yeah.
And everybody is quite, self to themselves.
Yeah.
It's-
I think I'd enjoyed that for a while.
Japan is amazing.
Yeah.
It's a complete head fuck. You go there, the toilet speaks to you instantly. It's the most alien I've ever felt, and I've loved it.
I'm gonna do the last bit of the
Yes,
show.
let's do that.
We have we end every episode with you can have more whiskey if you want. We end the show by doing something we call quick fire feelings.
All right.
I'm gonna give you some random topics.
Okay.
And you just say how you feel about them. You ready?
Yeah.
Great. How do you feel about dark chocolate?
Amazing.
You love it?
I love it. Perfect. It means that I eat less chocolate, and it hits all the good flavors, and a bit of salt in there. Come on.
Fascinating. Okay. How do you feel about Tracy Beaker?
Nothing. Not a single emotion. I never watched it, never read it. I understand that it was a big cultural linchpin for a lot of people, but me inside my heart and bowels, nothing.
Who was your Tracy Beaker?
Goosebumps.
Fair.
R.L. Stein.
Yeah, lovely.
Big up R.L.
How do you feel about Margate?
I just think fine. Like, it's where people go and it's all trendy. There's a brilliant comedy night there.
Chumps.
Love the Chumps lot. But other than that, everyone thinks that it's good. Like, we've been to the sea.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. How do you feel about olive oil based spread?
Bullshit.
Thank you.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like, have butter. Live a little. Unless you're
butter?
lactose intolerant, then get like other one. But Bertolli. It's all that I had growing up.
Yeah.
And when I realised there was a world of butter out there, I felt, to be honest, neglected.
That's fair. And I'm sorry that happened to you.
Thank you.
And then the last thing, how do you feel when you're in a restaurant and you have one of the waiters who comes up to the table every 2 minutes and be like, we doing all right over here? Is everything okay?
Livid.
Yeah. Furious?
I am absolutely livid at that.
Yeah.
I'm very bad with waiters anyway. I can never communicate with them. I feel embarrassed that I'm asking for stuff.
I've been told even if I'm trying to be nice to a waiter, I come off as very rude.
I can imagine, actually.
Yeah. That's where I'm not lovely, apparently.
Yeah, you really you serving them a lot of shade.
Yeah. Shade? Look at you being an ally.
I've watched RuPaul. Come on.
Do you?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, talking about emotions, that is, you feel every emotion under the sun when you watch that.
Oh, yeah. It's the complex
It's the
endeavour of human
I think if I
existence.
was like, I've got to feel everything in a day,
Yeah.
that is what I would watch.
Yeah. Great. We'll have to have you back on to talk about that.
All right.
All right. And we can, I don't know, have meth? I don't know.
My favourite
Take it up a notch.
Meth.
Have you had a nice time?
I've had a really good time. You know?
That's good.
I've done a couple of podcasts in here, and they've both been great. And I've actually only had 2 whiskeys, and it's made me feel pretty woozy.
I would suggest maybe having a pasty after this, just
Yeah,
so
I think
you know.
so. I'm gonna go. Do you know what I'm about to do after this? I'm about to go clothes shopping for a photo shoot, and I'm gonna buy the wrong garments. I know it. So my Edinburgh Fringe poster
make a confident choice.
is going to look really bad because of you.
One time I went to the vintage shop and I saw a see-through top and I thought, do you know what? I'm feeling good about my body. Maybe I could pull this off. And then the person said, that is actually just the bag that we put clothes in. And I said, well, do you have it in a larger size? Before we let you go, do you have anything that you'd like to plug? Your social media, where people can find you?
No.
Great.
No, I do. Go to Instagram. Just check out everyone's profiles on Instagram. It's amazing. There's a lot of good stuff on there.
All of the profiles on Instagram.
Look, if you come across mine, lovely stuff. But I recommend just having a little dig through, see what's on there.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of amazing stuff right now. It's really, I would say, the backbone, the snake of our cultural moment.
Great. Check out all of Instagram.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And please support Infamous Grouse.
Please support Infamous Grouse.
Flood 19.
Lovely message
50%
to end on
off. Infamous Grouse.
there. You have a promo code,
Yeah.
but you didn't tell people your own profile.
Yeah. Well, they only get it at the end. So if you know.
They had to work for that promo code.
You got to listen to a lot of shit if you want to get to here.
It's quite the oral experience we gave them. Anyway, is that it? Genuinely it?
Yeah.
Great. You can follow the show at I've Had a Rosé on any platform of your liking as one of the many profiles on Instagram. And you can also leave us a nice review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You can answer a question there if I remember to put it up. And that's it, I think. We'll see you again for another episode soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.